Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm showing you my very first sketchbook, which is finally finished. It took me only 6 years, but I'll show you what's inside. Let's go! So, as I said, this sketchbook was actually with me for 6 years, which you can see up here. I started it in April 2019 and ended it finally in July 2025. So yeah, it was kind of with me from the beginning, and the first page is ugly, I think. Um, I wanted to do calligraphy because this was my comfort zone, but turned out bad, but well, that's it. Um, so then the sketches start. At first, I always wanted to sketch stuff which I saw in real life. So those sketches are actually from stuff I obviously saw in real life. This double spread is from when I was on vacation, I think. So I think the left to one actually would make great paintings. So those two. Um, I think putting them with oil paint down would be kind of great. And this page is, I think, unfinished, but I really like this tea bag I did. This illustration is unfinished and I wanted to paint it, I think, but never got down to it. And then motivation left me alone. And yeah, don't look at those feet. I don't like those. And yeah, as you can see, we're jumping from 2020 to actually 2023. So I didn't really draw stuff for around about 3 years. And yeah, this is how I started again. I then started practicing lips and wanted to get up my portrait game. So yeah, if you actually want me to make a video on how I paint lips and how you can do them like that, please leave a comment. I will do them if you or do a video on that if you want that. And yeah, what you can see here on the right is actually one of my first D&D characters. She is a rogue tiefling, and I played her in the Rise of Tiamat campaign, I think. Yeah, and then we continue with another portrait sketch, which I also still like. So yeah, that one is cool too. And here you can see those sketches I made in preparation for this painting. This painting was actually done with acrylic paint, I think. And the gold detail was with a marker. Yeah, and those are the sketches. So I sketched the skull until I was content with it. And this one was the first painting where I used the Ohuhu alcohol markers, I think. And I still like it very much. I like the color palette very, very much. Yeah, and those are some very weird looking witches. And some more portraits. Yeah, and this was the sketch where I realized that I really need to study anatomy because I was not happy with how she's sitting there. And I think not only the legs look weird, all of her body looks weird. And I censored her face because it was awful too. So yeah, I had a bad day drawing those. And this spread was actually inspired by drawing with waffles, because she made a video where she painted or she sketched a cottagecore mouse, and I really liked it. So I drew some myself and gave them a few jobs. And this was also inspired by her because she did a spread where she drew raccoons, I think. And I thought I need to draw something cute too, so I sketched some red pandas. And this one was a practice sketch layout thingy for a Bujo cover I made. So this was, I think, October bullet journal from 2024. Probably 2023, I'm not sure. Yeah, and I struggled with that. And the left one was a few practices for pumpkins. And yeah, as you can see, the right one was also inspired by drawing with waffles. You can see an influence there. And then at the bottom left part, I um, actually looked at how she draws noses, so I can kind of copy how she does it. Yeah, and practice that there. Those two were also inspired by her. I think that was actually a video where she redrew her old art. Yeah, and this was a practice sketch for that illustration. That was my first very big alcohol marker illustration. And I just glued that onto that block and then put self-sticking clear plastic wrap around it. Or clear self-sticking plastic? I don't know how it's called, but the thing you put onto books to keep them nice. And yeah, it holds on very nice, so it didn't bleach out or anything, and it laid in the sun very much. So yeah, yeah. The right side actually I painted in the train, and I just painted some random people there. And yeah, that was kind of cringe to look back on that, because I always feel kind of cringe when painting in public, because there are always people who want to look at what you paint, and then there's the pressure that you want to draw something nice, and yeah, that makes it even worse. And this page I actually started the 100 heads challenge with, which I still have to finish. So I'm just thinking about, probably I finished it unofficially because I drew a lot of portraits since then, but I didn't attribute them to that challenge. So maybe I just started again someday. And yeah, those Gandalfs I just drew when I was bored and used them to cover up a kind of weird looking cat I drew with highlighter. So yeah. And this one was actually the practice for my very first YouTube video, which you might have seen. I can link it, I think. Yeah, and I laid out what I wanted to draw, and the left one I actually colored later. I think that was in the exam phase, and yeah, I think I wrote statistical mechanics. So that's why you have those weird formulas there. And some unfinished frogs, which I still like, but never came around to paint. Maybe I'm doing that someday. And this was for my second YouTube video. And I don't know, I don't really like how they turned out. I like the red one on the left side, but yeah, they kind of look really flat and not that much 3D, but yeah, let's continue. I continued with my 100 heads challenge, and those I actually did with some new pencils I got, and those are actually quite good, but not for sketching themselves, but for putting onto another illustration, so putting them onto alcohol markers or watercolor markers. Watercolor markers? No, watercolor paint. Yeah, and those are some more sketches. Who could have thought? And yeah, that was a turning point for me, because I really didn't like the pink hair I did there, but then I thought I had fun, so it's fine to have that there. And those sketches I made combining 3 different prompt lists, because I thought, why having only one prompt list when you can have 3? So I combined the words for each day and then drew something out of that, and I think that was actually kind of fun. I think I should redo that and probably make a video out of that. So maybe something like this comes in autumn, because I really like those scary vibe prompt lists. And this is one of my first attempts at using the Arctic's acrylic markers. And yeah, drawing some bears and learning how to sketch them. And I actually really like how that turned out. Yeah, and the colorful background were actually inspired by Static Wool, because I really like how she uses colors, and she also uses acrylic markers, I think. And yeah, I wanted to replicate that look. Yeah, this was a spread I did for myself, I think. I just wanted to draw something, and I think it brought me a long way, because I really learned how skin wrinkles in different facial expressions. That was nice. And that was another attempt at drawing full body illustrations. So I think they improved a lot, but yeah, I still wasn't really happy with the anatomy itself. This spread I really still like until today. So that was actually inspired by the audiobook Sentence to Troll. And yeah, I thought I needed to draw some dwarfs. So this is what I did. And yeah, I still like them. I think their forehead is a little bit too small, but minor inconveniences. This was also inspired by Sentence to Troll and Static Wool, so this also done with the acrylic markers, and there's a troll. Yeah, and this I actually saw on Pinterest and I wanted to recreate, because I really like the different colors, but I don't know who the artist was who actually came up with this idea. If you know that, please leave it in the comments, and then I will, I don't know, add it to the description or pin that comment so that people can find the artist who has the idea of drawing. What are they called? Tiger sharks? Those sharks. Those are not tiger sharks, I think. Sharks like that with with acrylic markers. Yeah, and the left illustration was also inspired by something I saw on Pinterest. And then I practiced some hands and some more hands. Who could have thought? Yeah, I think I saw someone draw hands on Pinterest and then was like, this looks easy. I need to do that too and practice that. And I still really like that page. And I think practicing like this in different poses and everything really gives you the ability to draw hands better. This spread I hate until today. And then I actually decided to really learn how anatomy works. I think I'm still not sure if I did the ribcage too wide and if the space between the ribcage and the hips is too much, but looks a lot better than the previous sketches. And that one was actually inspired by a new video from Drawing with Waffles. I was so happy that she is back again and that she finally posted that I had to redraw her idea. I cannot speak 13 minutes in a row. Yeah, but you can see how much I improved over the time, and that's actually something I really like. If you put bad art into your sketchbook, you have so much time or so much pages to improve, and then you can really see your progress. And yeah, after that I really tried to put skin on those bear skulls. Yeah, don't look at that front view, that is cursed, I think. Something is wrong with the symmetry. I don't know. Yeah, but I really think that sketchbooks should be something like your art journey, or resemble your art journey, where you then can see how much your drawing skill has improved. And I think that itself is a very big achievement. Yeah, and for the very last page, or the not that very last page, I drew some hands and then I made a final page saying goodbye to my very first sketchbook. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please leave a like and consider subscribing. It would mean the world to me. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!